So
Also, you are on Comic Book Men as well.
I
So
was on Comic Book Men. That's still a career and a life highlight for me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a big Kevin Smith fan. I have been since college, and I was a big fan of the show. And I actually got recruited to apply at an Eternal Con in like 2013.
mhm.
Um, and I applied, and I met Ming. I know Ming from a lot of different events over the years. So and then I met Rob Bruce as well in New York, and he was connected with him as well. So I got recruited to apply. I applied. I didn't go any further than the application process. I applied again, and I got through casting. But then when it got to actual production, they didn't want me, and they went a different way. So I had decided I was not going to do it again. Like two times rejection was enough for me, and I said I'm done. And then I was at a show with Ming and with Rob Bruce, and they were like, Derek, why aren't you on the show? I said I've applied twice, and they said, okay, well apply again, and let's see what we can do. So I applied, but I figured each time I applied before, I applied as Derek, the comic book fan. So so I said, okay, fine. So I sent them two videos. I sent one as Derek, the comic book fan, and I sent one as Mr. Poppintwist, the balloon artist of the convention world. And I got a phone call on the Derek side. They said, we like you, we want to use you. I'm like, great, let me know. And then I got a phone call from production saying, we don't want Derek, we want Mr. Poppintwist. What can you do? I said, what do you want? They said, can you go a full-size Spider-Man balloon? I'm like, yeah, you got it. No problem. It helps that I just done one before for a movie theater, so I knew what I was doing. But yeah, and I got, they told me what they wanted me to do, and we figured out what I was going to come talk about. And then I thought, yeah, there he is, the Spider-Man balloon, the big one hanging in the corner there.
There you go.
But yeah, so they brought me in, and Ming dropped my name, and Walt dropped my name, and I said the one thing, it's just me asking, it's just me being greedy. I would have liked for Kevin Smith to have said Mr. Poppintwist. He didn't say it, but it's okay. Everyone else did, and I'm all right with it. But I didn't even know I was going to make the show. The biggest part of that whole thing was they brought a lot of people in, and they recorded a lot of segments, but not every segment was ever put on the show. And my producer, who was with me the whole time, told me what to do. Like, don't talk too fast, and be energetic. Yeah, no problem. This is what I do. And we talked. The director was there. What was so cool about that show was that it was unscripted, completely unscripted. They like a lot. Sometimes reality shows, as we know, aren't real. This show was completely. The only thing we were ever told was if we started talking about something that the director liked, he would say, talk more about that. But that was it. We were never told what to talk about or where the conversation was going to go. He would just urge us on if he liked what we were doing. And we recorded about 40 minutes of footage, and it got cut down to about 5 minutes.
Wow.
But what's amazing is that I made TV at all, because I never thought it was going to happen. And they said to me when I was leaving, the producer said, you did everything right. You didn't step out of your light. You didn't, you did all the technical stuff. You did that right. You didn't talk over everybody. It was a nice flowing conversation. They enjoyed you. I said, great. And as I was leaving, Brian Johnson came up to me and shook my hand and said, thank you so much for coming. It was a lot of fun. I got back to the green room area. Ming came to see me and said it was one of the most fun segments they'd ever had on the show. And Rob Bruce said, it was a hit. Good luck with that. And then I shot that the summer before the season started, and I had to wait 9 months for it to actually appear on air.
Wow.
Wow.
9 months. I'd be so mad. I'd be like,
that's like half a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the producer told me, she said they don't know who's going to be on the show. The producers, they had two line producers who had their own. They split all the guests, and they would watch the show every week, and they had a weekly bet going on who had more guests on an episode in every week, because once all the footage went to the the editors. The show was put together by them and had nothing to do with the production crew anymore. They were out of it. So no one knew what was going to be on the air. And so I watched every episode religiously going, maybe this will be the one. Maybe this will be the one. And towards the end of it, I'm thinking, it's never going to work. It was a good experience. I met the guys. I got pictures. I'm happy. It's great. Well, the episode that I was on, the night that I was on it, they had preempted Walking Dead because it followed Walking Dead on AMC. So the show normally aired at midnight. So they preempted everything and it went back. So the show didn't air till 1:30 in the morning. I happened to be awake anyway, so I said, I'll just watch this. It's fine. And as they cut to a commercial break, I hear Brian say, can you make a little Ming or and I was like, oh, wait. I was there for that. I heard that one. Brian said that to me. And then when they came back from the commercial break, it was right there. And I was like, I was like Mike Wazowski in Monsters Inc. I'm on TV.
That's amazing.
3 in the morning, 1:45 in the morning. I couldn't wake anybody up and tell them, So it was like I'm ecstatic. I'm freaking out. But there's like my kids are asleep, my wife's asleep, and I'm like, okay. I'll tell them in the morning.
Oh, jeez.
That's